Can you hear me now? Coming in live. Yeah, I've pretty much started. That's my new puppy. His name's Oscar. Hey man, JT, JG even. What's happening, man? Can you hear me? Gonna Up in smoke. How's it going, man? Can you guys hear me? Cool. Just getting it all sorted. I'll chuck in your guys' name in the drawer because showed up, man. Nah, only text. That'll be good though. The YouTube live is pretty lame, really. Doesn't have sort of the feedback that you can get on TikTok. Hopefully they'll sort it out a bit better. So yeah, what are you guys up to tonight? I got puppy cam. Let's see. There's my new puppy. His name is Oscar. He's pretty tired, pretty sleepy. Oscar Mayer Wiener, because he's a fucking wiener. So yeah, so the main reason of this live is I don't have any other content. So it is what it is, right? But no, we got some things to try out here too, so we'll get to it. Turn off puppy cam. Yeah, so I got this new Elijah Craig private barrel selected for the Virginia ABC. It is a toasted barrel, but it's an 8-year toasted barrel proof. So I don't know if you heard, but they sort of fucked up there for a bit, and they released some bottles that were labeled as toasted barrel proof, but they weren't. It was just a mislabel, but I guess it was coming anyway, so yeah. What do you do up in smoked tamales? I should probably pour something else just for the fucking... Anyway, we'll get to it, eh? Pretty quiet one. Wasn't able to really just put out a couple of messages, basically, that this live was going to happen because I didn't have anything else. Machinist. Oh yeah, where you work at? I'm an electrical engineer. We build metal punching, stamping type equipment for roll formers. So we get a lot of stuff. We got a lot of machinists and that. Work in our place. I'm the only electrical engineer. Everyone else is a mechanical engineer. So I'm sure you love mechanical engineers. So this is this new Elijah Craig toasted. So, whew, man, that smells unbelievably toasted. You know, I hate to. You think toasted marshmallows, and I don't know if that's just something that gets into your head, but, whew, man, that's super toasted. This is just the Elijah Craig. Picked this up the other day too. It is the C924, just to get something similar. I've also got the the A124. Oh yeah, wow, that's some small machining, I'm guessing. Similar notes, but not quite, nowhere near as toasted. Let me turn on these live comments. No, that's not what I wanted to move. No, that one, not that one. There we go. There we go. Makes up in smoke. What's your van there? But yeah, no, between the toasted one and and just the standard laser crate barrel proof, similar, but man, this one, this has got like a marshmallow note, like toasted. I don't know. I still always think that that's just mind over matter because of the word toasted, but really does have like a sweet sort of vanilla caramel. So like a marshmallow, no, not marshmallow, but a vanilla fluffy creaminess to it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if you guys have tried the normal Elijah Craig toasted, but I've always thought it been a bit subpar. And that thing used to be like almost allocated. I don't know why. It was just not something I thought was any good. So let's give it a go. Big chink down the hatch. Ooh. That's pretty different. It has a really like savory note, almost like a pork, a barbecue type pork. Wow. Really does taste sort of charred, heavily toasted, but also with like a savory frickin' very heavy on that toastedness, like almost to the point of double oaked. Now, what's the difference between double oaked and toasted? I guess the second barrel in a double oaked is fully charred, where a second barrel in the toasted is just toasted. And if you don't know what toasted means, is basically when you char it, you set it on fire. And there's different levels of char, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the amount of time that the thing has been set on fire. There's a little bit of variance in the amount of time, but the guy who does it knows what a level 1, 2, 3, and 4 look like and smell like and feel like. Where toasted is not actually flames, it's just more like a really hot heater. And they shove it up in the barrel and they just heat the shit out of it and slowly bring out all those wood sugars and stuff like that rather than burning them. So not really so much of a charcoal filterness on it, but just bringing out all those wood sugars. So get quite a bit of a different flavor. One thing that was quite interesting is when we went and did the tour at Old Foresters, they toast every barrel. So anything you've ever had from Brown Forman is toasted, including Jack Daniels. So that's pretty interesting. So that's the standard Elijah Craig, the C924. And yeah, go admit, it's just not quite as good. Doesn't have any of that nice different toasted notes, and yeah, it's good for its Elijah Craig barrel proofs are pretty good. Like the C923 really sort of spoiled me a bit, and everything's been sort of a little bit subpar since then. But some of the older ones, and that one is fucking really good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the live. Can you guys hear me and see me all right? Looks like a giant cluster. Let's go check it out here. Hey Anthony, what's happening, man? it looks like it's okay. Anyway, let's pause me down here. See, man, see JG. That's a hard thing to say, JG. See you next time. Anthony, what's happening? Guess who I got this bottle from, Anthony? What do you reckon? Good buddy Anthony hooked a brother up. Donald. Perfect, man. Good to see you, Donald. Hey, so, well, we've got a few people in the chat. Couple of members, couple of non-members. I'm gonna spin to win. Just first one for the members, and then I'll chuck Anthony in, and we'll just see, because basically it's going to be a sample pack of pretty much everything I'm drinking tonight. How about that? So Up in Smoke and Anthony. Oh, I'm going to say AQ because I can't type AQ. Give me another one because you supplied the bottom. Yeah. So that's the difference. Basically, it's one is charred twice, which is the double oak, and one is charred, and then the next barrel's toasted. All right, so let's roll this baby. So if we go back to here, and then we need to put on this guy. Now we're talking. Right, let's see who's going to win. Any of my local guys get automatically put out. Oh, Steve, you spin until a non-local guy gets it, because they can just come over and trade it. Remove name next. He's not local. He'll get a sample pack. We'll do another one a little bit later on. Yeah, see, they're popping up in a few states. They different ages too. Like I think this one is this one's an 8, and I've seen a 9. Not that it's just like the normal ones, right? 8 or 9. It's just what tastes different. But have you tried your one, Anthony? Man, this is pretty fucking good. Like, it's just probably one of the most toasted frickin' things I've tried. And like I say, it's got such a fucking savory note, you know, like the really heavy double oak stuff, like almost 13th Colony gets a really savory note, like almost like a meat smell and taste, and definitely on the palate. Yeah. So that's real good. And then drinking it now, yeah. Yeah, I think I've had this sitting open for a couple of hours, set up, and sometimes I think the live's going to be easier, but sometimes I don't think they are by the time you get everything set up and is it working and all that other jazz. But yeah, the A924 is not bad. Sorry, C924. This is the A124, and honestly, this just is bad. Like, same sort of notes, but just so much less of them. Oh, and just a bit flat on the flavor, and a bit hot. Oh man, the C924, it's still not a 923, but it's way better than that A24. I'm sitting on a bit of that, so the sample packs might have extra large versions of the the A24. What's going on? So what's everyone else drinking? Who else is online? Who else wants to get in the next drawing? put Steve in. Not Steve in, but Steve in. Eric, did you miss the puppy? No, let's go back to puppy cam. Puppy cam. Let's see if puppy cam's gonna work. Look at it. Would you look at it? Would you look at that? Should we wake him up? I think he needs to probably. Hey! Oscar! Hey, buddy. Hey. Hey. Oh, no. Oh. Ow. So tired. Oh man, you stink like puppy. Yeah. Oh, you're so fucking cute. Oh, you're so tired. Yep. It was going to be called Willie LaRue Weller, and Willie because he's a wiener, but he's Oscar. He's Oscar Mayer Wiener. You go back to bed. Oh, needs to be arranged a little bit better. Oh, that's so fucking cute. Yeah, he's a cutie. I finally got myself a boy wiener because all the dogs upstairs are girls. And the girl dogs are bitches. They are not being very nice to him at all. So, it's what it is. Annabelle is very difficult and very spoilt. So she's trying to learn to share. She's not much of a sharer. But yeah, now a big fan of dachshunds, dachshunds. They have got a personality. They are slightly hard to train. He does pretty well. Like when he's upstairs, he knows where the pee pads are and he'll use them. But down here, he's had a few accidents, and my man cave office smelling a little bit like fucking puppies right now. But hey, it is what it is. Got to do it. Could be worse. Could be children. But yeah, the A24 just doesn't really hit for me, man. I've been struggling to get through this bottle for quite a while. Just drinks hot. Has similar flavor. Has good flavor. It's absolutely fine. And I think the biggest problem really with everything these days, right, is just the price just keeps creeping up and creeping up. You know, it used to be what, 69 and then 74. Now I think the Elijah Craig barrel proofs are what, 85. This one is like 99, so it is a little bit more, but it is being double barreled, so a little bit more extra work in that. And it's a store pick, so normally they add on store picks, you know, pretty common. So what sort of dogs you guys got? Anybody got any fucking dog stories to talk about before we get on to the next bourbon extraordinaire issue? Can always go back to puppy cam too. Yeah. Yeah, I struggled with the private barrels being more than, yeah, it was just like, why would I bother? Why would I get a 9-barrel private barrel when I can get like a 12-year EC, you know, actual fucking barrel proof one? But now it's a bit of a different story, right? John Graham the Fierce. Ooh, Belgium. Oh, you're a Belgium Melanoos. I don't know what the fuck that is, but that sounds big dog. At least you're drinking. Most have Every single batch not even half gone on the shelves. Yeah, yeah. Elijah Craig is just not something I think I would bother collecting. You know, like it's yeah, it is great, but honestly, I think the 923 just smacked it out of the park, and then after then, everything's sort of been a little bit of a letdown ever since. It's hard. Like I do have one C923 left unopened, and I tried it in Oregon and at Eric's place, and man, it's just fucking so good. But this new toasted barrel, if they came out with a really good toasted barrel, like a really high level, a high aged C923 but toasted, oh, that could be good. Shepherd, yeah, Shepherds are good. Like, I didn't think I'd be a little dog guy, of course, but my wife had a little dog, a little Chihuahua wiener thing, and I don't know, they're not sort of dogs. They're dogs. They love you like dogs, if not more like dogs, but they're definitely not self-sufficient. They're sort of semi like a retarded child. You have to look after, you know, like I've literally got to worry about birds coming down and killing them, where German Shepherd, you have to worry about them killing things I have to worry about. So I'm hoping this guy's a bit more bolsterous, because Dachshunds are supposed to be super bolsterous, but fuck Annabelle, man, she is the biggest wimp of a dog in the history of dogs. Until now, and now she's being total fucking beezy and trying to fucking bite his head off. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. I don't know if you guys heard about the latest laser code debacle / bullshit with this guy. So Russell's Reserve 10 year with the laser code LLME. So LL, basically they're all LL, but ME is roughly the date, and that is like July, about the same time they were doing the Russell's Reserve 15. So the story that possibly came from a guy called Rarebird 101, who has a blog, and he's well in the know with Russell stuff and Wild Turkey stuff. He said that there could have been leftover or rejected 15-year barrels in this stuff. So I'll try that in a minute. Yeah, you know, small dogs. Yeah, but I suppose the good thing about small dogs is, like, they don't really sleep with you. Like the other night, because he sort of barks and wakes up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I took him downstairs and we just slept down here. But he like curled like right up in my neck, you know. So he's like a little useless puppy, and they stay a little and useless puppy forever. So, it's like different. And they're not a dog you go out and take for a fucking run. You literally, some people walk them around in a stroller. Could you believe that? Oh, fuck, I hate to be that guy. I hate to fucking be that guy. Yes, my Chihuahua wiener, she's like 17 years old and she can't really walk anymore, but she likes to go outside. So I got her a stroller. So I walk around my neighborhood with a stroller with a dog in it. Oh, Anthony, man, you got a shit ton of dogs. Oh, they're your favorite. Yeah, my brother, German short-haired pointers, he's had them his whole life. They're pretty cool dogs. My mum's a huge dog person too. Yeah. So I am not a fan of Russell's 10. Like, to the point, it's strange. Like, I love Russell's 13, but Russell's 10 just didn't, to the point of I didn't like it. Actively didn't like it. I won't sell them because Cam from D&D said whoever sells Russell 10 needs to get a life on his life. Yeah. Cam, the fucking legend of laser code debacles. He's probably pissed because he didn't fucking call this one out. He pissed me off. He pissed me right off because I had a shit ton of fucking the wrong sort, apparently, right? Pissed me off. Everything I wanted I had. Like, one point I had 5 C923s, All of them A22s. So I don't think I ever had an A23 to really compete them. Oh, yes I did. But only like in a sample. I never had my own bottle of A23. But yeah, I remember hearing his story, listening to it, because I watched Cam, and then I went back to mine and was like, A22, A22, A22. You fucking son of a bitch. Like it smells pretty good. And like I say, I've only really tried Russell's Reserve 10. I've never owned my own bottle because every time I've tried it, didn't like it. We used to have shots of it at Thanksgiving. Not good. Yeah, me too, Anthony. I only got one left. Traded, and but they're still out there on secondary. They're getting up to 160 now, you know. But I think they're just going to creep up and up and up from here. So might have to grab one. But I think my next grab is going to be another Russell's Reserve 15. I got one in backup. That is a true fucking legend. Ooh, that's what we should do. Anyway, that is fine. Absolutely fine. Very just watery on the finish. Smells fine. Palate is meh to average, and just finish is non-existent. But I wonder what Russell's Reserve 15 watered down. So that's 90 proof. Hold on. This guy, what does this guy run about? 117 proof. Eric, do the math. How much water would I need to dilute 117 proof down to 90? So, and we're doing it in splashes. So if we splash in this, I think, calculating in my head, carry the one, a splash of water. Splash of water. 1 second. I'm going to put you guys to puppy cam. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some water. We're going to splash it, and by that time, Eric will calculated the exact percentage of water that I need to add to my Russell's Reserve 15. Oh, that is ice. Some water. I'm thinking probably 1/7/8 of a dash. Where you going? You've gone off puppy cam. Now we're just pillow cam. That's not good. 0.875 dashes. Excellent. I have the water. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're so cute. Yeah. Oh my God, have you seen this thing? Okay, 0.875 of a dash. About right, eh? What do you think? Do you like bourbon? Do you like the smell of bourbon? Do you like that? Oh, you do. Excellent. Yeah. Hold on. Oh. You know, puppy breath is a thing, and puppy breath stings. Yeah. Okay, you go down for a second. 0.87 of a dash. The other thing I can do is do it by a little bit by color, right? So I need more of a dash because the color on this guy is so much darker. Like shit. That almost diluted it down. Oh, I'm gonna have to fucking. Oh, I don't want to. Let's start there. I think I might have put a bit too much. Even though that's diluted down a lot, the nose still so much better on the 15. It's similar, but just so much more powerful. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so it doesn't work. I think I overdid it with the water, but yeah, I've done enough for the people. But I'll put that quote up there because that's true. I try to do stuff for the people. The colors look similar. The may have gone overboard on the water, so the proof on the 15 may be less now, but it's just made it ultimately easy to drink. You know, it's just increased the nose on the thing by adding the water. Super, super delicious. Even watered down, man. You put that on ice. Yeah, fucking totally put that on ice. I wouldn't, because it has lost the bite that I like. The dark, it's not as dark and as dense. But honestly, from my recollection of Russell's Reserve 10, I gotta say this one is good. Like every other one up until now, I don't like it. Actively didn't like it. But this one is totally drinkable. Okay. So, who else is on here? Anyone else want to get in the next spin the wheel? Speak now or forever hold your pieces. We're going in 3, 2, 1. So this is just for everything I'm drinking tonight. We'll see what else I drink after this. No locals allowed. No Eric Rouses allowed either because I'll just drink this. Good. There you go, George. Oh, Josh. We're getting one to George. Fucking seconds too slow, Josh. Let's do another one. Move this over. Continue. We need to add Josh because George will still get one. Josh. What's up, Josh? Well, George got 2. Well, George is only getting 1. but anyway, so double awesome for George. We'll double up George's amount. George is a good guy. So yeah, I don't know if I can get through some stuff. What should we drink now? What do people want? Thrust Reserve 15. We've got the 10. All the Elijah Craigs. I really want to go back to this toasted barrel. Oh, it's actually hitting pretty good. When I first tried it, I've sort of gone off a little bit of the heavy double oak stuff, the 13th Colony, for multiple reasons, but it, it's getting a bit too dark and too bitter and too tannic and too oaked. And this is on its way to there, but it isn't there yet, which I'm quite digging. I quite like it. So speaking of double oaked, what I want to do next is a bit of an experiment. going to get another clean. So some stuff I took to Oregon, didn't drink, was in these fantastic little, totally not sponsored by Age and All, but probably should be. So for like such a cheap price, I think like $68 or something like that, you get this thing, which comes with one of these guys and a little glass, which is dirty from the trip. And you also get this guy, which has 4 more of those 3-ounce sample bottles. So I don't know, super cheap. I've also got their freaking little carry case, carries 4 bottles. Like I say, not sponsored or in any way, shape, or form, but just good stuff. So if you guys need something to carry it around, I always thought this was a little bit alcoholic-y. I even told my wife, don't give me that. That's fucking not alcoholic. Why would I want to carry my own alcohol? But then I realized, shit. Do you know how much this shit costs at a bar? Like fucking, not $30, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I started carrying my own. So this is Pursuit United Double Oaked Bourbon. And so what I was thinking is what would happen if you mixed it with some Pursuit United Double Oaked rye. Like a little homemade burr rye. Is this something Kenny and Ryan need to get down on? Because both of these are excellent. Their rye in particular is great. The bourbon is great. Pursuit United is awesome. Like, fantastic podcast. Really funny, knowledgeable guys, and they're making some pretty good stuff. Well, they're blending some great stuff, and they've got a whole. So apparently, the distillery that they purchased in Louisville, used to be Mellowwood. Yeah, from 100 years ago. So they're going to bring back some of these Mellowwood brands that have been long gone. So should be interesting. Donald, does Coy Hill stand up with Russell's 15? That is a fucking excellent question. Like, first of all, 100% yes. 100% yes. Does it stand up? The question is, does it beat it? They are so close to me right now. I will have to legitimately blind them just to get an idea of what one is better, because I'm inherently biased to Jack Daniels, so I got to be real careful. Because when I had them non-blinded, I picked Jack Daniels because I did. But in hindsight, and after a few more pours of the Russell's Reserve 15, I think the 15 came back. But then somebody told me the one I've got is like 127.5 or 125.7, I think. And they said the ones 130 and above are even better. So probably going to try a sample of the 130s and just see whether or not for the end of the year top 10 thing that I'm going to probably have to do here pretty soon. Yeah, well, it's not alcoholism. It's a hobby, right? It's bourbon connoisseur. You're watching a bourbon channel. I have a bourbon channel. Alcoholics don't do that. But Smoky Mountain Bourbon Society, flasks. You can get all these things off JK Services. There's a link probably below for my hats and my stuff. And I think he's bad at surprises, but I think he's bringing over a House Bourbon Santa hat this weekend. So. But he makes all sorts of cool stuff from both House and Smoky Mountain. And the good thing about JK Services is they'll do almost one-offs, right? And they're not, because they're a fairly small outfit, they're not like a factory. A guy does it out of his home. There isn't any cost savings really for doing multiples. So if you just want to get a couple of things done, a couple of hats, man, go check them out and see what you want. You've had a couple of power blips here due to the cyclone. Well, I hope you... Yeah, well, Pacific Northwest, that's not even a place. It's not even a real town. Due to the cyclone off the coast of Seattle. Seattle's not even a real town. So I might drop off unexpectedly, but it's not because I don't love your lives. Yes, it is. Stop fucking lying. Yeah. Yeah, it's alright up in smoke. Just fuck them. Tell them to go get fucked. Tell them you are a bourbon connoisseur and to go fuck themselves. That's what I like to do. Yeah, totally. Like, I am a huge Jack Daniels proponent, living in Tennessee and all the rest of it. But fuck, that Russell's Reserve 15 is amazing. I think it's a special one, and I think I need to get a backup of my backup because they're not doing it again. Like, I was talking to Bo, who's sort of their big tour guide out there, and he told me, like, way back in, like, April of, what are we now, 24, 23, that they were coming out with this 15. And then basically, you know, they do their blend, and they just do it to taste, and they base it. If the Russell's Reserve 13, they don't want to make a new label for Russell's Reserve 12, so it has to be 13 or more. But someone like Batch 313 had 20-year stuff in it, and then on the 15, they were just able to make a batch that tasted delicious without requiring the 13. And Turkey's always had this mentality that older is not better. Comes from Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't like his old stuff, but with Bruce and Eddie now more in the helm, that's the way to go. Hey Norman, how's it going, man? Norm, everybody. Norm. Wish my name was Norm. So, this is my Pursuit United Burrye, double oaked Burrye. You could call it quad oaked Burrye. Kenny and Ryan, I'm not even trademarking them. That's pretty good. That's real good. Is it better than some of its parts? I don't know. This is the rye. I thought the rye was better. Hook, Norm, come here. Say hello to Oscar. This is not the cutest thing in the world. Oh my god, it is so fucking cute right now. We picked him up from a you're at the Paint Your Pet night at the brewery and just wanted to stop by and say cheers. Yeah, cheers, Hook. Are you actually painting like your dog, or you're painting a picture of your dog? Because I hope you're not painting your dog. And is he as cute as this? And who could you paint? We got him off Facebook. We thought we thought they were a legitimate, you know, puppy place. But yeah, he's so cute. But as we sort of went further and further on, I was like, oh man, this is just a fucking puppy mill. But it was sort of like, fuck, you know, I don't want to support puppy mills, but then also I need to save the guy, right? So, and then apparently he got like bitten by his mother or whatever, and it was just like, that's it. So we got him. He's like a rescue. We're going to call him a rescue that we paid money for. But not as much money as some of these wieners cost, but he's so little, but hopefully he gets bigger. Hey, we'll get you some foods. And he even likes bourbon. You want bourbons? You smell it? Yeah, yummy. Delicious. Gonna try and get him to hunt bourbon. Mwah! Oh, so cute. But he likes eating cables. I'm a bit concerned about that. My little fucking my little thing here is full. Anybody else in the house? Anybody else want to get into the next spin to win? Oh, Hook, you won, buddy. You were the first winner. So you're going to get a sample of everything I'm drinking here so far. Elijah Craig Toasted, Barrel Proof C924, A124, Russell's Reserve 10 LLMA, Russell's Reserve 15, and I'll send in a couple of burr ryes and well, it's a burr rye, so you can make your own burr rye. It's a Pursuit United double oaked rye and Pursuit United double oaked bourbon. So, any comments on what I should drink next? Oh, I could use that little spin to win thing. Let's put back to the puppy cam for a second. I need puppy cam. Sorry, buddy. I need it. Oh no, look how fucking cute he is. You want to see the setup? So this is the setup. Let's go back here. Pee pads, toys, puppy cage. That's where I'm hanging out. Puppies, puppy stuff, like office, random glass of alcohol. Cam, drinks, computer, Inception. Ooh. Phone man, Amy Stone. How's it going, Amy? How's it going, phone man? Let's go back to this. So what am I going to use? I have to put Amy and Stone Man up in our spin to win for the next spin to win. So I've been spinning to winning Amy and Phone Man, just whatever I'm drinking tonight, not counting the locals because they can just fucking come over, and if anybody else is in the area, you can always just come on over and get whatever's open. So we're going to do a spin on what I'm going to drink next on the old Only Drams app. Got that yeah, thanks, man. Totally loving him. First boy puppy in the house, so that's always good. Full of fucking bitches. And they're not being too nice to him, but I'm sure they'll get used to him. One of them's like 17, 18 years old. She doesn't really know what's going on anymore, but we really hoped that Annabelle would be a bit nicer, but she's a bit spoiled. That Bourbon dude, what's that, man? What's happening? Good to see you on. I'll chuck you in my little spin to win thing. Spinning to win. And if anyone doesn't, we've got a few people here that are other YouTubers. For example, a couple of members of mine, like Hook and Lips. He does some fantastic stuff with like fishing down North Carolina. Been a bit quiet recently, but with North Carolina and winter, but it's really interesting stuff. I went fishing with him, and if you're ever in the Ashland, North Carolina area, go hook him up. Izzo's place, he does some fantastic reviews and a lot of stuff on tools, right? He's carpenter and stuff like that. On here, that Bourbon dude, he's got a great YouTube channel. He's really in depth in the whole freaking what's going down with the whole industry and stuff like that. I like to stay out of it because it's I don't know, going out there. I don't want to get too deep into the whole that side of stuff, but I just like to drink it. And I suppose it's a bit because I think that maybe the worse it is for them, the better it is for us. You know, I think all these distilleries are fucked, but I think that might be great for us. There's going to be some I was listening to a podcast, the Bourbon Pursuit guys, and even they're saying they're opening this whole new mellow wood side of stuff because all these massive barrels are coming on the market that nobody's buying. So I don't know. I think a bourbon glut could be one of the best things ever for the people. Not too good for the Not too good for the distilleries though. Pick my paw. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Is it? Have I set it up to open? No, I don't think I have. Status opened. I just don't want to open anything. I've got so many open right now. So pick my paw. Oh, I've lost it. Oh, why does it have to be so difficult? Pick my paw. There we go. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Taster 001 High Angel Share. Ba-boom! Yeah, man. I'll be interested. Like, I really like to get into the whole that side of the whole thing, but you know, you got it down. You got it down, buddy. Allocated season. What am I hoping to find? I don't know. Like, I think with BTAC, man, I don't want to get my hopes up. I'd like another BTAC. I've got a 23 George T Stag, and a 23 Handy, but I'm sort of also right now. I think I'm getting out of the BTACs and more into the one-offs, like. George T Stag comes out every year. I suppose 2024 George T Stag only comes out once, but I don't know. There's some things I've heard the Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond 13. I was gonna hunt the fuck out of that, but I just don't think. I've heard a few reviews and it's not that good, which is really unfortunate because I love William Heaven Hill. Yeah, thanks, man. I love your style of reviews too. I fucking whenever yours pops up, I always check it. And yeah, and the Bourbon Dude, if I didn't mention that before, fantastic fucking YouTube channel. Not many reviews, the Bourbon Dude, just mostly, but like I say, not that many reviews, I don't think, but more just industry, what's going on sort of shit, which is super interesting. So this is Jack Daniel's High Angel Share. So these things came out. This is when Jack Daniels became awesome, right? Jack Daniels just used to be old number 7, and Jeff Arnett, who is a freaking legend, he in 2018, I don't know, man, he just said, "We're goddamn Jack Daniels, and we can do better than this." And they started bringing out these tasters. The High Angel Share was the first one, and honestly, I think this is baby Coy Hill. Because High Angel Share are barrels that lose a lot from evaporation, and this was proof down to 107, and this tastes fantastic. But you know what this tastes like? A proof down Coy Hill. And I'm sure this came from Coy Hill or somewhere high up in a rick house, and then somebody had the idea, well shit, if this tastes good, imagine what a barrel proof, single barrel, fucking from the top of the top of the top tastes like. And then just on and on and on. So I've got the whole collection. So number 2 was Hickory Smoke. Fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Don't even bother. Tastes like barbecue sauce. Barrel Reunion. They started with finished in red wine barrels. And the coolest one is probably number 4. So this is a legend. Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. This is where Jack Daniels said, "Hold my fucking beer. Let me show you how to make a rye." And then from there, they made this guy. So that was 2018. 2020, I came out with this guy and people lost their freaking mind over it. And then, and now you can just buy it on the shelf, like the gold label stuff. And hell, you can get the Jack Daniel's Heroes Edition rye, and this is amazing. Like, it's from Coy Hill. I think it's aged a couple of years more than normal, and dude, This is fantastic. And if you can pick it up on a base, it's probably gone now, but even if you see them on secondary for $110, $120, $150, they are worth it. They are probably one of the best ryes, apart from maybe that's like the special release, which are 300 or whatever. The best ryes, like period, absolutely period. So anyway, Jack Daniels fucking knows what they're doing. B Fogels, what's happening, mate? Oh yeah, HH. Tastes like dirty carrots. Was stuck at work. Sorry I missed the stream tonight. No, I'm still going. People can super chat me too. If you super chat me, I'll give you stuff. I don't know how it works. I should know how it works. I'd rather you just subscribe, be a member, and hang out. Let me know your address. I'll give you stuff. Make it worth your while. But if you want to super chat me, if you super chat me, for every $5, I'll put another thing in the drawer. But like I say, we've got the High Angel share coming down on this one. Oh yeah, it just smells like fucking koi. And that's the thing with the Koi Hill stuff. It doesn't taste like Jack Daniels. It's something different. There's all the other Jack Daniels have this banana note. Acid, acetate, whatever the fuck it is. That's what I get. Some people get cherry, I get bananas. But on these ones, it's still there, but there's something that's just cherry, extra heavy cherry. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like the Sagamore Ryes. I do. I don't like them more than Jack Daniels, but I don't like any ryes more than Jack Daniels. Just something about the Jack ryes is just fucking hit. Even the rare breed, like rare breed rye, is fantastic. But is it as good as the single barrel proof? Nope. Let's see if anybody's on the Discord. I did invite people to the Discord channel. I don't think anybody has. Just from my local group of guys. No, nobody's joined. I don't know how well that would honestly work. Yeah, so, oh man. Is Puppy Cam? Is Puppy still down there? Puppy. Oh. Because I picked up Puppy Cam. There she is. Well, there he is. Having a real hard time of calling he, she, because every other dog I have is a she. So fucking cute. I mean, I gotta get through all these fucking leftovers. Do people really drink all the ones on these bloody leftovers? Yeah. Honestly, like, I think one of the best single barrel ryes I got was from the distillery, and it was just caramel banana. I think if you don't like that banana flavor, you're gonna hate Jack Daniels. But I don't know who would. Who the fuck dislikes banana? And it's funny, some people don't get banana; they get a cherry, which is fun. Which is, you know, each to their own. I think you're tasting a chemical that may or may not actually. It's not banana. It's may or may not even be in bananas, but it is a. Which is one of the videos I want to do. It's really hard to put together. I've got some of it together, but all the chemical flavors, you might have seen some of my AI videos that put some of it together, but I got a big flavor wheel from Nancy Frayling, which is pretty cool. It shows you all the flavors and where they come from and what they are, but it's just really, maybe just one by one, you know, what is the banana flavor? What is the cherry flavor? What is, you know, the caramel and the vanillas are pretty simple because they're vanillin and sugars from the wood. But the fruits, you know, the apricot, like, why do I get fucking like a meat, savory pulled pork? Like, it really does smell like a barbecued. And once again, this is this. No, it's not that. Sorry. This is not. That one? No, it's not that one either. The fuck, Dave? Ah, it's that one. This is this toasted barrel proof. If I'm not, I will be the Bourbon Dude. I think so. I've heard you mention it a few times. I think I'll join up right now. Oh, I can't. I'm on this. But yeah, no, I'll definitely join. Is that how you started? Did you start with a Facebook group? JG, I'm back. Nice, man. You pick two letters, I get confused all the time. JG, GJ. But, oh man, that's good. Yeah, if you guys see any of these, I think they're just private barrel right now, but they're basically a barrel proof toasted. I would jump all over it. They're pricey. They're $100. But man, if you like Elijah Craig and you like something that's a little bit toasted, a little bit savory, that has that in spades, man. I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna have to try something. What was this one? This one. This was the. So this is 13th MGP, but that's a rye. So this is a blend I made up out of 13th MGP single barrel. It's 50% double oak, 50% of the 15th. That's sort of what I'm getting off that toasted. I like to give 13th Colony a hard time because what gets the Bourbon Dude going is the industry. What gets me going is fucking people that are not transparent about their shit. Come on, man, 13th Colony. Just tell us. Tell us what you're doing. It's funny because I've been on a bit of a rampage and I don't have that much influence, but I've got enough influence to just my friends where they're all sort of thinking the same thing. Like, why won't they tell us what's in it? Why won't they tell us what's going on? So, did I pour it in this one? Surely. And if you don't know, my main problem with these guys is what they put on right there. Produced and bottled by 13th Colony, like, not where it's distilled. And then I have seen some labels that say distilled in Indiana, which is absolutely fine, but if it's not distilled, if they distill it, put distilled in frickin' Georgia. If they don't. Yeah, I got a TikTok. TikTok is cool, but also TikTok is not cool, right? So TikTok is cool, but TikTok's not cool. I do like the TikTok lives. I don't like these freaking YouTube lives. I don't understand. I've never really watched them, so they don't really come up for me. So I don't really understand why they don't get pushed, right? Where TikTok they get pushed hard. And then JG, yeah, it's almost certainly MGP. It's almost certainly 100% MGP. They just need to be honest, like, and their stuff tastes great, unbelievably good. But the question is, how long was it in Indiana? How long was it in Georgia? Because they have some stuff that's 12 years old. Well, how many of those years were in Indiana and how many were in Georgia? they sort of, well, first they implied, and not implied, like directly told to me by their master distiller and their PR person that they distilled everything. Well, that's not true. And then they implied that MGP distilled their specific mash bill. Maybe, but I don't know if MGP would have done that. I just really don't even know if they would have fucking done that. Because why the fuck would they? Especially 4 or 5 or 6, 10, 8 years ago. Who was 13th Colony? But yeah, no, MGP, like, absolutely not. Like, my problem with 13th Colony is not that it tastes bad or there's anything wrong with MGP. MGP is fantastic. Well, that's what we're going to drink next. It's purely transparency. So, right, so that is next level burnt, next level flavor. Oh, so good. Like, I thought this was, yeah. So after having a 13th Colony, this tastes almost muted. And it's not even sneaky. It's not even, so like the last visit I went to them, the last tour, I've been to multiple tours, and the last time I went, their PR person said, well, our labels were approved. You know, we didn't know. We didn't know our labels were approved by the state of Georgia and the TPB. How were we to know that the labels weren't correct? Fine. Yeah, totally believed them. And I think the reason I'm a little bit annoyed is I've put out multiple videos at the start of my YouTube thing where I totally stuck up for them and totally said, that's cool, that's great, that's cool. Because it made sense. It made sense to me. But what annoyed me was when the double oak came out, they still didn't have, they still had produced and bottled. Because the label wasn't a new label. It was the same label, the exact same label as 2023, just redone. See you, Bourbon Dude. Anyway. So it's fine. I still love them. I just wish they'd come a little bit clean. But I'll tell you why MGP is fantastic. This is some absolutely fantastic MGP. Like, yeah, 13th Colony Penelope. Like, I slept on this hard out. Because I thought, American light whiskey, light. Whoa, it's not bourbon. Whoa, it's MGP. Whoa. And then I was hanging out at Heaven Hill, just camping. You know how we line up for lines and everyone mocks us. Yeah, you're lining up in lines. Fuck, it's the best time ever. You meet the coolest people. You meet the coolest people and you have the opportunity to get a fantastic bottle. Well, I don't even know what people are worried about. But anyway, he was like, oh, come over and check out this Penelope Light Whiskey. And he had the Penelope Light Whiskey and he had the King's Light Whiskey. So I think this is like this is 15 year. Now, what makes it light whiskey? From what I understand, it was aged in used barrels. So not new charred barrels, used ones. But aged longer. And man, this shit. Completely different profile to a normal bourbon. It's super light, but without being ethanol-y, and has all those sort of light fruits and shit. It's one of those whiskeys, where I do get the apricot and all these the flavors that, you know, others get in some of this stuff, but man, I get that shit in spades on this one. And I've just really enjoyed it. And I think it's one of those ones where I don't have a backup, and hopefully they come out with more batches, but Alright, so we're going to have another spin to win. So anyone that's in the chat, I'm going to add them in. Anyone that does a super chat, I'm going to add them in at $5 for per extra entry into super chat. Taking out the locals because they can just come over anytime. And that Bourbon dude, he's in there. Up in Smoke's in there. Is there anybody else that wants to get in on the spin to win? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin to win. Good. Well, he's one too many. I'll send you doubles anyway. Let's go again. Dutch Drinks Bourbon. There you go, bud. Changed your name on me. You worried me there for a second. I thought you'd fucking left. I thought you'd left the old membership, but no. Alright, so what's anybody else want to talk about anything? Anybody else want me to do anything? Do a handstand? Do a fucking anything else? We got double oaks. Got a whole bunch of Elijah Craigs. I got to pour out. Angel Shear. 15, 13, 12, 11, 12, 9, 8. George, can you? Yeah, honestly. Honestly. God damn, that 13th colony is good. I don't even know what this is. Should I pour them all together and just drink them all? Would that be smart or would that be real dumb? Let's put this in. Does anyone remember? So that one, if I know this way, that was the toasted. That's real good. This one was the C924, which is a bit average. It's still really good though. Like, I think an Elijah Craig barrel proof has to be tried. Like, I think I got the A124 and it was a bit of a letdown and I really couldn't get through it. But which didn't allow me to get the B524. So that sort of had a bit of a letdown for this later one, but you know, I think I just got to stay away from the A group. So anyway, thanks for watching the lives, guys. I think I'm probably going to end it here. There's not much else to talk about. And we'll go to puppy cam for a second. No, we won't. Because that's fucked. Puppy cam's fucked. Oh, It's because Puppy Cam's on my hand. Look at this fucking cute ass fucking monster. My God. I'm just gonna fucking take you guys down here and check this out. Broken it and everything's fucked up. So thanks everybody for watching. Next one won't be a live. It'll probably be a video because lives are tougher than I thought. So anyway, thank you and we will see you next time.